Hi guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. If you like these vids, then please subscribe to the channel and like and share. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today. Good morning traders, welcome back to Simply Forex. It is Wednesday the 20th of April. I hope you're having a good trading week guys. Please let me know how your trades are going. Leave a comment below the vid. Right, as always, we're going to start with a recap of yesterday's trades. Okay, we had 4 potential trades from yesterday. The first one is this. This is the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. Okay, and we were shorting this because of the downward structure. Yeah, so it was in an upward structure, then kind of sideways. Then the market was indecisive, and then price broke these lows here. Yeah. Okay, price broke these lows, and then we can see that we're in a downward structure. And we also had this bearish candle here to confirm that we could push lower down to this blue line. All right, looking at the chart, I still think that's going to happen. Yeah, we had a bit of a rejection candle, and we're having a bit of a rejection candle as we speak. So I still think this can go lower, but let's look at H1 to see what actually happened. So guys, yeah, so as price come up into our grey zone, it sort of shot past our grey zone. Yeah, shot past our grey zone. Okay, so this made me a little reluctant to short this market. And as always guys, it's got to make sense on the H4. So if we look at the H4, we had this very bullish green candle guys. Okay, so this candle just made me very wary of shorting this market. Okay, we go back to the H1. Yeah, and again guys, yeah, we had some candles. I mean, this is a strong candle. This is a strong negative bearish candle, and also this one guys. But because of that very strong H4 candle, I stayed out of this trade. What I would be interested in now is this candle. Okay, this candle here that's just formed. Yeah, this would be a good entry candle right now. Okay, but yeah, for yesterday I stayed out of this market because of that H4 candle. Okay, the next trade was this. This was the Aussie dollar against the Canadian dollar. Okay, so similar scenario. Yeah, price was coming up in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, didn't form a higher high. Okay, and then eventually price broke this last low here. All right, so price broke this last low here, so the structure was downwards, and we had this bearish candle form. Okay, so the idea was just to take price back down to this blue line. Okay, as you can see, the market had slightly different ideas, but this area here now is very interesting guys. Again, I still think this market can come down lower, and it's at this last area of this last low here guys. All right, so yeah, this is an interesting zone. Let's see what happens here. Okay, but let's look at H1 to see what actually happened yesterday. So again guys, yeah, we did have some candles. Yeah, this candle, yeah, tells me sellers are in control. Yeah, even these candles, this candle here, yeah, this tells me sellers are in control of the market. But again guys, it's the H4 that kept me out of trouble. Okay, again we had this very bullish H4 candle. Yeah, and again we had this big rejection wick here. Everything told me that this price wants to go higher. Okay, so yeah, although we had some entry candles on the H1, I did again stay out of this trade because of that upward momentum on the H4. Okay, but like I say, it's at an interesting zone now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens today. I still think this market can come down. Okay, so yeah, no trade on the Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, because the H4 kept me out of trouble. The next one, guys, was this. This was the Aussie dollar against the US dollar. So price was clearly in an uptrend, yeah, okay, and then eventually this last area of what was once resistance became support, but eventually this candle here broke that area of support. So for me, we were taking price to the downside, to this blue line, even down to this low here, guys, okay? But again, let's look at H1 to see what actually happened, because you can see we've had this rejection wick here, but as you can currently see, price is shooting off upwards. But let's see on the H1 to give us a better picture. So guys, so as you can see, price come up to our grey zone, and then we had this very bearish candle here, okay? This would have been a very good time to sell. Yeah, this was a good signal. If we look at H4, okay, as you can see, that was this candle here, okay? And although it was still bullish, guys, we still had this wick, okay? So I was happy to short this trade, okay? It come up into our grey zone perfectly, all right? The H4 wasn't overly bullish, and we had this H1 candle here, okay? So I actually entered this trade, all right? So this was my entry candle. I entered on the close of the candle, put my stop literally just above here, and I took price back down to this 50 mark, guys, all right? Because so not only was there lots of support here, okay, it was also a psychological number, okay? So I closed my trade at 7352, I believe. All right, guys, and that gave me roughly a risk to reward of 1:1. Okay, so we had a good trade on the Aussie dollar, US dollar. I mean, there are candles here, guys. We could argue we could get back in on the trade, but again, this large candle here tells me that price has really rejected this zone. Okay, so yeah, I was happy that I closed my trade around the 7352 mark, and after that I was reluctant to get into this trade again because of this reaction at these lows here. All right, but that was a good trade on the Aussie dollar, US dollar. The final pair that we looked at from yesterday was this. Yeah, so price was in a downtrend. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, price was in a downtrend. All right, and eventually these highs here were broke. Yeah, as you can see, this candle here just broke these highs. So all I wanted to do was take price up to this blue line here. All right, that didn't happen, but let's see what actually happened on the H1. Before we do, actually, this is a very interesting level here, guys, yeah, because it's come back and testing these highs. So yeah, what happens now will be very interesting. I expect a reaction and then for price to go higher, but we shall see. Let's look at H1 again, guys, to see what happened. So yeah, as you can see, guys, price came down to our grey zone as we expected, and then we had this candle. Yeah, very, very, very bullish. Okay, so we had this candle. If you look at the H4, yeah, this also gave me the confidence. Yeah, we had this candle here. This also gave me the confidence to go higher, back up to these highs here. Okay, so let's take a look and see what happened on the H1. So, like I say, this candle gave me all the confidence in the world to go long. I got a slight retrace. I entered about here. If you've got such a bullish candle, guys, it is a good idea to wait for a little retrace, just to give you better value. Put my stop below here, okay? And I actually, got out. I closed around, basically, guys, I closed, when I got a risk to reward of 1:1, which was roughly here, I closed the trade, yeah? And it was approaching this psychological level. All right, so I closed 80% of the trade, all right, and left 20% to run. And as you can see, 20% of my trade has been taken out here. Okay, so I closed 80% in profit and lost the 20% literally a few hours ago. Okay, guys, but this was a good trade as well. All right, guys, so yeah, we had a couple of good trades. A couple of pairs we stayed out of because of the H4. Yeah, always be aware of that H4 candle as well, guys. It will keep you out of trouble. Okay, all right, guys, so that was the recap. Let's look at today now and what potential trades we have. Guys, if you enjoyed yesterday's recap, then please smash that like button. Yeah, it really helps support the channel. And why not come join us at Simply Forex? We'd love to have you. So subscribe to the channel. Right, guys, to potential trades for today, for Wednesday, the 20th of April, we've got 2 trades. And 2 of these are the same as from yesterday. So our first one is this. This is the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. As reasons I explained earlier, yeah, we was going sort of in a sideways market. Price didn't know what to do with itself, and then these lows were broken. Okay, so yeah, price structure has changed to the downside. We also had this very bearish candlestick pattern form a couple of days ago, and then we're having some rejection as we speak at our grey zone. All right, so I still think we can take price back down to this blue line. Okay, but let's look at the H1 to see what's actually happening. All right, guys, so yeah, I've very slightly adjusted my grey zones, but pretty much the same as yesterday. And as you can see, price has come up into this grey zone, and we've had this bearish candlestick pattern form already. Okay, so I hope you got in on this trade. I have. Okay, so I've already entered here, put my stop above here. My first target will be these lows here. All right, but I am in this trade as we speak. Okay, if you haven't got in this trade, guys, price could come back up to here. Yeah, and then another at these highs here, another bearish candlestick pattern could form. Okay, and then that's our trigger to enter, and then we want to take price first of all back down to these lows. Remember, the H1 last high or low in this case is always our first target. Okay, and we'll close 80% of the trade at this level, and then we can leave 20% to run down to our higher time frame target. Okay, if that doesn't happen, guys, if price doesn't retrace, you do have another option. What could happen is this: price will come down, it will break this grey zone, these lows, then it will come back up, it will retest what was once support is now resistance. Okay, then we want to see a bearish candlestick pattern form in here, and then we can enter the trade. Okay, close 80% at these lows here. All right, and then leave 20% to run down to our higher time frame target, our blue line. Okay, guys, so New Zealand against the Canadian dollar, we're still looking to short this market. All right. The next trade for today is this. This is the Aussie dollar against the US dollar. And again, yeah, we've been through this before, guys, but let's just recap. So it was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And then these lows here, guys, these were broken. And also we had this area here. Okay, so this area here could have been an area of support. Yeah, price did react and price could have gone back up to these highs. Yeah, but it didn't. This area broke. Okay, so this candle here told me that sellers are in control and we could go lower. All right, and we had this wick on this green candle yesterday. This small wick here rejected our grey zone. Okay, so I still think we can take price back down to this blue line. All right, but let's look at H1 to see what we can actually enter on. So yeah, it's in our grey zone, guys. Yeah, if price starts coming up here and breaking our grey zone, it's likely to carry on upwards. Okay, but now if we see, yeah, in this grey zone, if we see a bearish candlestick pattern, basically a candle that tells us that sellers are in control, then we will enter. Okay, we will enter here. That's our trigger. We will take price back down, first of all, to this level. Okay, this 7,350 level. We'll close 80% of the trade, and then we'll leave 20% to run down to our higher time frame target. All right, guys. So yeah, Aussie dollar against the US dollar short as well today. The two other trades from yesterday, guys, the New Zealand, sorry, not New Zealand, the Aussie dollar against the Canadian dollar and the pound against the Aussie dollar, I didn't like them because of the daily candle that formed yesterday. Okay, but the New Zealand CAD and the Aussie dollar, US dollar, these still tell me there's room to the downside. All right, guys, so yeah, that's the trade ideas for today. Let's take a look at the news. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis and would like to receive it every single day, Monday to Friday, then please smash the subscription button and smash that notification button. That way you'll receive an alert every single morning and won't miss a single one. All right, guys, so go ahead and do that. Right, news for today. So we had a bit of news out of China overnight, but that's been and gone. The first piece of big news that we're interested in today is this: at 12:30 GMT, all of these times of GMT, coming out of Canada, we've got CPI data, okay, so inflation data basically, okay, so that can move any Canadian dollar pair. We carry on down at 2 o'clock, we have existing home sales coming out of the US, and again, it's a 3-star rating, so this could affect any US dollar pair. At 2:30 GMT, we've got crude oil inventory. So as you can see, this could affect any US dollar pair, but it could also affect any Canadian dollar pair, guys, because oil and the Canadian dollar are highly correlated. Okay, so yeah, a lot of eyes will be on the crude oil numbers today. Carrying on down, if you're still awake, at 10:45 GMT, we've got CPI, so inflation data coming out of New Zealand. Okay, so this could really move any Kiwi pair. All right, guys, so yeah, that's the news for today. I hope you've enjoyed the vid. Please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. I hope you have a great, wonderful, fantastic trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you later.